Hey guys, we on? Hey, two. I guess after two comes one.
That's usually how the number system
What
works.
I try not to do is be on my phone when that stuff's running, but it happens.
It happens.
Listen, I'm so
It's
excited.
been a busy day. And we've been on the phone making sure that trades was happening and finding out who's getting weight. Listen, we're busy people.
We gotta monitor all of Adrian Wojnarowski's tweets.
We're something like Adam, what's his name? Schefter?
Yes.
Or something like that.
Sure. So I'm glad you guys joined us today. Today is Thursday, True Baller Thursday.
Yes.
I am J. Cole. Follow me at JColeIsIt. And to my right, my esteemed colleague, Reggie Mathis.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm good. So we're going to get right into it because there's a lot to get into.
It's a lot to get into.
Just 2 days ago, I tweeted the Reggie Mathis, and I said, what's going on this week? It's not a lot going on. The NBA is failing us.
And what'd I say?
And the ever optimistic Reggie Mathis said, Thursday's the trade deadline. The NBA does not disappoint. Worry not, my friend. And
they
guess
don't.
what?
They cheers, buddy.
The NBA.
The NBA comes through, man. The NBA is where all drama takes place. We see it right before our eyes. They make sure that when they have a trade deadline, it's gonna be some big names getting traded.
This is a bigger one. Like recent last few years, this was a pretty big one. We got a lot to break down on True Baller Thursday. So, what were we gonna start? Oh yeah. So I'm sorry. Again, it's just so much to process.
Discombobulating.
All right, listen. Let me take another drink.
Yeah, that's what you need. Alcohol, that'll clear you.
Yeah, alcohol to clear my head. Yeah. So, big trades today.
Yes.
We're going to start with one of our favorite topics, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Where else could we start?
Where else can we start? With one of our other sub-favorite topics, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yes.
Like, how could we, as the commentators on this particular show, ask for more?
The NBA blessed us by combining our two favorite topics.
Things that we have mentioned before.
Yes.
Things that we have discussed, starting with the fact
we put it in the ether
that Isaiah Thomas is a liability to the Cavaliers.
Listen, I've been harping on it since they made the trade. I said this is the worst move that you could make because for some reason people have been fooled into believing that Isaiah Thomas is anything like Kyrie Irving. They don't score the same way. They don't play the same way. They're not the same size. It was foolish thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. I just remember when I had my little brain fart what I was going to talk about. Do you remember the NBA used to have like a theme where it was like, I love the NBA or I love it? What was it? Yeah, I was trying my hardest to find like that logo or something to tweet it. Could not find
the
it.
The NBA, it's fantastic.
Fantastic. I remember that one. It's fantastic. Oh my goodness. So here's the funny thing about the NBA. This is a negative. I'm just talking about how much I love it. You got a man like Isaiah Thomas who, after the playoffs last year, is the darling of the NBA.
Yes.
He killed it. He played after, injury. He had deaths in the family.
Yeah.
Like, he had all this stuff, and the man killed it, went down valiantly versus the best team in the East.
Again, it was very sentimental. Everybody loved it. But we got to focus on the facts. The man is 5'9", and he cannot play a lick of defense. This is the land of giants.
He can't stop a school bus with a sign.
So, I mean, it was always going to end badly, especially being on the Cavs where they're on national television literally every week.
Yeah.
In Boston, you can hide.
Not as much as the Thunder. We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
Thunder somehow are always on. Like every Thursday I'm talking about the Thunder. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. Isaiah, I think it's one of those you're mesmerized by the potential and the possibility, and then you get hit with the facts quick and hard.
Yes.
And in retrospect, you're like, how could I have ever thought anything different?
Exactly.
It was inevitable to end up like this.
And may I point out that Isaiah Thomas has a history of doing this. when he was with Boogie, he had an issue with Boogie. When he was in the Kings, he had an issue with the Kings.
Right.
They trade him. He goes to Phoenix. You know what happens? He has an issue on the Kings. On the Suns. He finally finds a place. He plays on the. He's all coming off the bench his first year in Boston. His second year, Brad Stevens says, "You know what? I know how we're going to use him. We're going to Allen Iverson him.
See,
We're going to
Brad
cater."
Stevens.
Yes, Brad Stevens, the president. He caters the offense to him, and he takes off. He's going almost 30 points a game. Nobody understands or nobody pays attention that, hey, nobody else in the Boston Celtics could score last year.
Right.
He had to score.
Right.
Now, he gets traded with Kyrie. And
Which Boston was like, yes, please.
right. I feel like, you know what? I secretly feel like Boston has the real Isaiah Thomas in like a lair underneath the Boston Garden. And they sent like, they cloned him and sent like the evil twin to come and destroy the Cavaliers locker room.
But is he the evil twin? Because as you said, this behavior has been constant.
And you know what? He got
his career.
As soon as he got to the Cavs and he gave his first interview, I was like, "Oh, it's not gonna work." He was talking like he was 1A and LeBron was 1B.
Yeah.
I knew it then. It's over. He thinks he's the star. He thinks he's the star.
So he gets hurt, right? He gets hurt. He plays how many games?
15
games.
15
games, and this is what happens. The Cleveland Cavaliers trade Isaiah Thomas, Channing Frye, who we always knew was going to be a trade piece.
Yes.
Right? Like,
Yes.
that was his inevitable fate. And a 2018 protected first-round pick.
Yes.
I don't know how protected it is.
Lottery
Probably
protected.
Yeah,
It's lottery
which you know
protected.
they ain't going to be lottery.
Yep.
4, Jordan Clarkson,
This man right here.
right? And Larry Nance.
Larry Nance Jr.
Jr. Because I was like, Larry Nance still playing?
Larry Nance is back in the league. What?
Didn't he start out with Cleveland?
Yes, he did.
He played with Cleveland.
Yes,
Look
he
at that.
did.
Like father, like son.
Exactly.
So that's our trade. Was this a let's get a couple pieces trade or get Isaiah the fuck out of here trade?
This is get Isaiah the fuck on out of here trade. This is, hey, Isaiah, you overstayed your welcome, buddy. We're gonna need you to get your shit on, get on out. We packed you. We got your flight already booked. You gonna be on. You gonna be. You gonna be
just say, "Oh, I want to stay with the Cavs."
Yeah, you not even flying Southwest, buddy. We got you a one-way ticket on what airline is?
Southwest?
No, not Southwest. What's that little ring ding?
Allegiant.
We got you a one-way ticket on Allegiant.
Well, maybe, no, wait. He's in Cleveland, probably Spirit Airlines.
Spirit. There you go.
They paid $20 for the ticket.
$20, and he got
$5 for his bag.
No, Isaiah got to come out of pocket for his bags. Isaiah got to come out of pocket for his bags, and you know he got a whole bunch of luggage too.
Oh my goodness! I think when he got to the thing, he went to the kiosk. He upgraded for $40 to first class.
Yeah. First class is like 2 extra centimeters of space,
Right?
And maybe a headrest. But I love this trade for the Lakers.
Okay.
The reason why is because Channing Frye, his contract is up after this year.
Right.
Isaiah Thomas, his contract is up after this year.
So the ironic thing about this is everybody's saying they're trying to do this because they're clearing cap space to go after LeBron next year.
And you know what's weird? Cleveland helps him.
Yeah.
Cleveland says, you know what? Next year, take LeBron off our hands as well.
So here's my question. I was gonna wait because we have another trade with Cleveland later on in the show, but I'm just gonna go with it now. This whole dumpster fire that is Cleveland this year.
Yes.
All these moves, which people are saying some of these moves are good. Like the Cavs, the other trade we're going to talk about with George Hill, the Cavs, they're saying, the Cavs got a good trade, got good pieces, whatever with these trades, right? As I see it, Gilbert is trying his hardest to blow up and say, you know what, LeBron, I know you're not going to be here next year, so fuck you this year.
Definitely. Gilbert basically told LeBron, I run the show.
Yeah.
That's what this was.
Yeah.
LeBron, all your buddies, everybody that you hang out with, everybody that you're talking with, everybody that you're cool with, they gone. D-Wade, out of here.
Yeah.
Iman Shumpert, out of here.
For a second, whoever thought the day that Dwayne Wade was going to be traded for a second round pick?
Not even a second round pick this year. A second round pick in maybe 4 or
Future
5 years.
consideration.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years. We'll get to that point when we get there.
You think he did that? You don't think Wade was like, please send me back to Miami?
Oh, I think
His wife tweeted she was super
she was happy.
stoked.
She was happy. Gabby was like, finally.
Oh my God, she was happy. So let's talk about Bron. First of all, they hyped out this shot so much. He did hit it over Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, it was a great shot. It was a great game.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it was the end. That right there. And did you see the play?
The clip afterwards where Isaiah goes up to him?
Yes.
And it was like
Isaiah's begging for attention. He's like trying to grab him. Like, yeah, I want to be.
He literally walked up to his back and was like, hey. And LeBron, no attention.
That right there should have told us all what was going to happen today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was over. So LeBron hits his game winner. Everybody's happy. They won.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, let's make some trades. Are these trades going to, in the short term, make them better?
I do like the trade for Rodney. I believe that he is a great piece. He can score 17, 18 points a game. As a third option when Kevin Love gets back, that's a great addition. As far as Jordan Clarkson, nice score off the bench. I'm not sure how he's going to play. He needs the ball in his hands. I'm not sure how he's going to play with LeBron, but he can be a great option to kind of run that second unit. So,
right, yeah, if LeBron's sitting.
Yeah, I like it in the short term. I don't like it as if we're talking about competing for championships.
But again, Gilbert knew that. He wasn't trying to compete.
Yeah, if we're talking about competing for championships, they kind of punted this.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get Isaiah off because there's too much controversy around this. Let's just shut that whole thing down.
Him and Crowder.
Right.
Get both of them out of here.
Right. Yeah. So basically, they traded Kyrie Irving for 2 C-list Lakers players.
Man.
And who did they get for Crowder?
And Rodney.
That was for Rodney Hood and George Hill. Yeah. I don't know. So okay. So let's go back to the Lakers because we talked about the Lakers. My man, Mr. Ball.
Mr. Ball, he
got some help, got some additional.
This is actually perfect for him when he actually comes back from injury. He's been down for like 12 games or so. Because he's not going to have to handle the ball the whole time. And I honestly believe they threw him into the fire too soon, giving him too many responsibilities. He's 19 years old. He's got to learn this intricate playbook. You can't do that to a 19-year-old rookie point guard. But with Isaiah Thomas as a wingman, I think it's going to help him.
And is it? Because apparently he doesn't make a good wingman.
Well, he doesn't need Lonzo Ball doesn't need the ball to score.
Right.
He's more a facilitator. So they work out kind of good together.
They complement each other. Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, you can always switch. Lonzo Ball will actually guard the 2 guards. Isaiah Thomas will guard the 1s, and then on offense, Lonzo will run the point.
Right.
It's pretty cohesive unit there.
We'll see. I hope he comes back soon. I mean, obviously, Lakers aren't in danger of contending, but they're trying to get better.
Well, they're trying to put butts in the seats, and they're hoping that Isaiah Thomas will somehow come back to form in this fast-paced offense and give them something for the crowd to cheer for.
Yeah. Under the coaching and tutelage of
Luke Walton. Yes, of one Luke Walton.
Because Tyrone Lue, if Tyrone Lue can do it, Luke can do it.
But it'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch.
So let's talk about my man right here.
Yes.
I'm gonna acknowledge. I tweeted about it. I'm acknowledged on air. I actually talked about this on a Prime News episode when Gordon Hayward got hurt.
I remember.
And I said, you know what? It was a wrong choice, Kyrie.
I remember you said it.
You were thinking short term. Look at that grin on
Look
his
at that
face.
grin.
He's like,
that grin. He knew it.
Sucker.
He knew it. He knew it.
He made a good choice.
Masterful.
He made a good choice. He ended up in a great position.
He got with considered maybe the best coach, maybe second best coach in the league.
Yeah.
And he's got a young team around him.
Yeah, I mean there's future there all the way. Let Hayward come back healthy.
And honestly, if anything does go wrong, nobody's gonna blame Kyrie.
Right.
Like anything happens this year, if they say they get put out in the second round, nobody's gonna say, "Hey, Kyrie, that was your fault."
Right.
They're gonna be like, you guys are just too young. Things happen. They didn't have Hayward,
Right.
so it's never gonna be his fault.
If they don't make it, who is? It ain't gonna be Cleveland. Is it gonna be Toronto?
It's
Is
gonna be
Toronto
Toronto.
making it to the finals this year?
Listen, Toronto, they coming. Toronto's
They
coming.
are. They just beat Kyrie. Was hurt, right?
No, he played.
Right, but he came back. His first game back was Toronto, and they did lose
They
that
mopped
game.
him. They mopped him. Toronto's coming.
So yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. So I want to talk about some of the other trades real quick. All right, we're gonna start out, and the reason I'm starting out with the Bulls is because their pieces are related to other people,
Yeah.
right? And because the Bulls have made several moves, so obviously they're trying to do something here, right? I'm accentuating teams that are obviously
They got a collision.
working. Yes, they've got a collision, right?
got a collision.
Now, most people say that collision is tank. Tank, get that high draft pick.
It most definitely is.
So they acquired Noah Vonleh,
Yes.
right? And they traded the draft rights of Milovan Rakovic to Portland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, Noah is gonna have a quick cup of tea in Chicago this year, and they're not gonna re-sign him. I believe he's a restricted free agent after this year. They're not gonna re-sign him. He's out of there. They have no plans for him.
Yeah. That's
So
not.
that was just if it works out, hey,
They're
if
gonna
it comes,
start him. Like, yeah, start that guy.
If it comes out, if he can give him
Fill
some
him
minutes
some
behind
slots again.
Portis, give him some center minutes, they see what's going on. I'm telling you, fans of Chicago, Noah don't have anything to work in the league. He's out of here.
Yeah.
You gonna give him about 10 games. You're gonna see he's not ready. He's like 2 more years from being ready.
Yeah.
He's out of here.
Yeah. All right. And then additionally, Jameer Nelson goes to Detroit and Willie Reed to the Bulls. So again, we already knew when Jameer, we talked about this, when Jameer came to the Bulls, we knew he was out.
He still in the hotel. He ain't even unpack his bags.
No, absolutely not. So they get Willie Reed. I don't know
Reed.
if he's a junior. No, that was Willis Reed.
Yeah, that was Willie Reed. Actually,
he's a forward, right?
He's a forward. I like him as a young piece. Again, they just Chicago's just testing people out. Hey, Noah come in here, Willie come in here. Y'all compete. One of y'all, we're gonna give you a contract next year if you work.
And you're
out.
saying it ain't gonna be Noah.
It's not gonna be Noah. It's not gonna be Noah.
So additionally in Detroit, Detroit picks up Jameer Nelson because what's your man name?
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson still hurt. Then they trade Bryce Johnson to Memphis and they bring James Enos in.
I love that.
So they've been making moves.
They have.
They've been making moves in the opposite direction of the Bulls. They're trying to get better.
And this is the sneaky thing about the NBA, and I wish more teams would do this. Everybody can't shoot for the stars and try to get the LeBron Jameses.
Right.
Sometimes you got to hit them doubles, them singles, and build this
manufacturing runs.
And that's what Detroit is doing. They got Blake.
Yep.
Got Blake. He's a solid piece to pair with Drummond.
Yes.
You add them. You add them together.
Someone disagrees with that a little bit.
You add them, and now listen, they on like a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah. Right.
Hey,
Yeah, man,
good things is going.
Stan is a good coach, so I mean, if he's making if he's behind some of the choices, then I believe in what he's doing.
But I also like the way that it kind of opens up the floor for some other pieces. So like Stanley Johnson can finally do some things. He's playing better. Reggie Bullock can finally do some things. He's knocking down some threes. It just sometimes you need to shake things up. Get everybody kind of in a position where they are a little bit uncomfortable.
Right.
They see that moves can be made.
Yeah.
You can be traded.
Yeah, they start working hard.
And sometimes you just free like trading Tobias. Now all of a sudden Stanley can play. And look, he looks like a player.
Sometimes you gotta let your bottom hoe know that there's other hoes out here
that want your spot.
Okay?
It's true.
So you gonna bring daddy his money?
And it don't even gotta be it ain't gotta be the bottom hoe.
Right, you gotta let yeah, absolutely, all them hoes though.
Why you get flustered when it's hoe talk time? Like, you afraid to have hoe talk?
No. You gotta let all them hoes know.
Let them hoes know.
They are replaceable.
Yes.
Ultimately, they are replaceable.
Let them hoes know.
Ultimately, them hoes are replaceable.
Uh-oh.
I'll drink to that.
I would drink to that as well.
That was way too.
So, Detroit right now is number 9.
They're gonna get 7 or 6.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
They're gonna get.
I'm going. So Philly's gonna stay around 8.
Yeah, Philly's
They're
definitely
definitely gonna pass Miami because Miami just lost the 2nd round pick.
You're right. They gave him a valuable 2022,
And
23.
they added Wade just because I think what's his name? Pat was like, yeah, come on back, man.
Oh,
Just
man,
finish
that's-
your career.
I honestly think this is the last hurrah.
Yeah.
Wade. They said, hey, send me off. They talked to his people.
Mm-hmm.
His people said Miami. So I think this is the last hurrah.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, they can. Indiana. Can they catch Indiana? They can. Let's see. They're actually only 1 loss away from Indiana.
That's
so they
what-
can definitely catch
They're gonna
Indiana.
get 6 or 5.
I like Oladipo. I don't like Indiana. So
Nah, well, the studio is currently based in Indiana, so I feel like we do have to support the home team a little bit. I'm gonna say, hey,
fuck that.
hey, Indiana, if you got tickets, hey, we're here for you. We love Indiana sports.
Hey Bulls, when you visit, we got love for you.
I feel like we do need to put on a little bit.
Yeah.
Indiana, hey,
Fine.
Oladipo.
Go blue.
Detroit Pistons logo behind y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, don't worry about that.
We're talking about the
We're talking
Pistons.
about the Pistons.
We're talking about the Pistons catching Indiana.
Yeah.
So let's move on then. 3-team trade.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yes.
The Knicks.
Yes.
And this is funny because some of these trades kind of go into our discussion on is it coaching or is it players?
Yes.
So some of these things are like, it's players, let's mix these players up. So, Doug McDermott goes to Dallas.
That's perfect.
I don't even know where he was before. Was he
was with the Knicks.
He was in the Knicks?
Yep.
Okay. Devin Harris goes to the Nuggets.
He's not gonna play.
No?
For the Nuggets.
Not at all?
Nah, he's
Okay.
not.
Are they letting him go or are they using him as another pick?
They're just gonna have him as a mentoring head in the
For the younger.
in the locker room.
Okay. And then Emmanuel Mudiay
I love this.
and a 2nd round pick go to New York.
I love this.
Yeah, so they're excited about Mudiay going to New
Well,
York.
here's the thing, and this is the best thing that you can do if you're a team that doesn't really have a lot of options in trying to trade for players. Trade on players who were high picks but didn't not necessarily work out at their first team. So like Mudiay, he was kind of miscast as a point guard. He's kind of a scoring guard with the Nuggets, and Jamal Murray kind of took his spot. Take a flyer out on him. You know he's talented. Let's see if he plays with us, if he can produce. And it's cost you nothing. He's a restricted free agent at the end of the year.
Right.
You don't have to give him anything.
Right,
So
you don't have to.
I
You
love
can
this.
re-sign him.
I wish more teams would do this. Hey, if you're struggling and you can't get the LeBrons,
Yeah.
you can't draft,
Yes.
just go take a flyer on some of these guys and see what they can do. Give them an opportunity.
Listen, there are so many players in the NBA that just for whatever reason don't get that shot on
Yes.
whatever team.
Yes.
League. It's guys
Yes,
down
this guy's
there.
in. Give him a chance.
Give him a shot.
Give him a shot. See what happens. Hey, we would never know of Linsanity
Yeah.
if he didn't get the shot. Just sometimes you need to give a guy a shot, an opportunity, and look at how they take off. So I love it. I think Mudiay is actually gonna help kind of stabilize with Frankie Smokes.
But our boy got
New York.
hurt, didn't he? Didn't Porzingis get hurt?
Yeah, he's down for he's
Yeah.
down for 10 months, 11 months. Yeah,
God, is it
torn
that bad?
ACL.
Yeah, so they definitely need now.
Yeah.
Well, see now they
7'3" with a torn ACL,
Yeah,
and he had foot problems.
that's
We
Nick's
may be
luck
looking at
right there.
Bill Walton.
That's Nick's luck
We may
right
be
there.
looking at Bill Walton, the unicorn.
I don't want to think about.
The last unicorn.
The last
has been
unicorn.
slayed. It's been slayed. Damn.
They don't make. Listen, the Lord don't make 7'3" people to run.
Durable,
Yeah.
man.
You don't make them like that.
It's funny. I always say that. Like, some of the most durable guys in the NBA are the tweeners.
Yes.
It's the wings
Yeah.
and it's some fours. It's the guys. The sweet spot is about 6'8" to about
Yeah.
6'4". Those
Yes.
guys are probably your sweetest spot. Tayshaun Prince could probably still drop 10 right now. Scottie Pippen could come back in the league and drop 8
And
and 3.
And it's great that you say that because that's where the league is going. That's positionless basketball. 6'4" to 6'9", 6'8". You can play every position. You can guard everybody, and you got skills to do a little bit of everything.
That's how the NBA used to be, though.
Yeah.
Remember when it was an all-white league, when everybody dribbled with one hand?
Before the freaks of nature.
Before the freaks came in, like everybody was the same size, and they were contests because of that. You know, it wasn't these wild blowouts and these. It was hard to defend a guy your size and to outmaneuver a guy your size. And then they started. Hey, let's bring in some freaks.
Hey, it's a 7'2" giant, and Wilt Chamberlain. He didn't even have to jump.
Find a place for him in
society. Listen,
it was. You take him out of Barnum and Bailey, and you put him
under exactly.
Another big top. Yep.
You put him under another big top, and people came out. Come see our freaks.
And that's the funny thing because I was watching a story about Zion Williamson, and they were talking about just the past high school phenoms, and the first one was Wilt. And you see how they covered Wilt. They literally everywhere he went, he was at like a boarding school or something when he was in high school. Everywhere he went, 50 white people around him with cameras. It was the freak show. Yeah. It was the freak show. It was the freak show. We've never seen anything like this. Touch his muscles.
Right.
Like, that's what it was. So,
and things haven't changed.
No,
that much.
No, it hasn't.
The combine.
Exactly.
That's all the combine is. It's the slave auction block, man. Let me see your guns.
I was about to say. The only thing they missing is going out and looking at their teeth.
They probably do that.
They probably do off camera.
They probably do that.
I bet you.
They probably do that.
Ooh, commentary from Fifth Column Network.
That's what you get. That's what you get. You're going to get a little bit of everything.
From a racist network.
You're going to get a little bit of everything with us.
We are. All right, so we go. I think we talked about this, but okay, so Rodney Hood and George Hill go to Cleveland.
Yes.
Cleveland's like, okay, not only is the Isaiah Thomas experiment over, the Derrick Rose experiment is over. Jay Crowder, get out of here. We really kind of didn't want you. This is what is interesting to me. Joe Johnson and Iman Shumpert went to the Kings. So the Cleveland Cavaliers finally let go of Iman Shumpert. I didn't think that was ever going to happen.
They've been trying to get rid of Iman for like the last 5 years.
And I agree with that. Like, what did he really contribute to that team?
They've been trying to get rid of him forever. He's been attached to all types of trades.
I need LeBron to get out of Cleveland. You brought them that championship.
He's gone, baby.
Here's the thing that I want to bring up. The old notion of playing with a team, being loyal, that's bullshit. That's over. The new NBA, the new way people are, you don't need to do that. You don't got to be a gun for hire every year. Go somewhere, see what you could do there. LeBron did it. He went to Miami. He won a couple championships. He came back to Cleveland. They built that team up. He won a championship that he shouldn't have won.
Let's touch on this notion of gun for hire. If LeBron had, in his prime, again, now he's kind of towards the end, but in his prime, if he said...
He's in the middle.
If he said, you know what, I'm signing 1-year deals. You got to earn my respect. Any team that puts together a team, I'm going to go to the team, and I'm going to win a championship. Now, imagine he had did that, and let's say he went to a finals each year, just jumping, hopping team to team, take a team. Would his legacy be hurt from doing that more so than what it is now?
No.
I think it would actually speak to his greatness.
Yes.
I wish
if you can fit into. Go ahead.
I wish players would do that. Say, hey, you know what? I can play with anybody. Get the squad together. Pick your 5. I pick my 5. I'm gonna take them to the promised land. I would respect them more. If Kevin Durant said, you know what, I'm signing a 1-year deal. We gonna get this one and go to state. Right. You know what? I'm going to New York. Fuck it. I'm going to San Antonio. And I'm gonna take them. Because then that speaks to your greatness and ability to take a team that was not there, that needed the help, and you pushing them over the top.
Piece. Absolutely. There is nothing wrong with that. His legacy would not be hurt at this point. It would be increased in the fact, of course, there would be criticism. But
Everybody got
people need to let that go. Like this whole notion of being loyal, of staying, of people still doing it the right way. There is no more right way.
It's people still hurt from him leaving Cleveland the first time. Like he did it the wrong way. What? It was no right way to do it, man. It was no right way to leave a team that you're supposed to be the hometown boy. Like, there's no right way to do it. He at least raised money for the Boys and Girls Club, and hey, it was televised. Hey, if you had your feelings hurt for a guy leaving your squad on a national televised program, then you need to grow some balls. Because that can't be the worst. That can't be the least of your troubles.
You know, I think that people need to understand this isn't the 50s and this isn't the 60s.
Right.
Where guys stay at companies for their entire life.
People don't even stay at their job.
So like
people average stay at their job 3 to 4 years.
Yes. So let's be real. Like everything is changing. The workforce has changed.
Yes.
And listen,
and that is a job.
It's a job.
Let's also be real. Trades are what people love. It makes shit interesting when things change. Because who wants to see Cleveland Warriors every friggin' year?
Well, think about it like this. When you pop in 2K, are you not saying, hey, what if I put this guy with this guy?
Yes.
Hey, what if I put this guy, what if I put LeBron and Kyrie, or LeBron and Leonard? What if I put LeBron, what if I had LeBron back in the day playing with Shaq? Like, that's what we do. We just kind of throw out these ideas of, like, these players playing together. Now they actually living it out. They say, you know what, fuck it, we're going to go and we're going to play wherever we want to play.
Yep. Absolutely. I 100% agree. So we're going to touch real quick on tonight's games. I think we've beat the trade horse into the ground.
We've smashed that.
Yeah, we discussed, dissected. So first game, Boston and the Washington Wizards.
John Wall
So, John Wallace Wizards. I'm glad you brought that up because that was one of the first stories that came up after I said nothing was happening.
And I told you.
And like 5 minutes later, John Wall comes out and it was like, Marcin Gortat is the most smooth-fed.
I don't know why he talking. I don't know why he talking. He get all the easy baskets.
So Wall was mad.
Yeah,
he was big mad because people were kind of implying that they were doing better and passing the ball more with him out. They were passing the ball more. They were passing the ball more. But it ain't like Wall doesn't move the ball.
No, I think it's and here's the thing, the tricky thing about leadership. Sometimes just moving the ball, that's not all. Sometimes it has to be with how you talk to people, how you're perceived and how your demeanor is, and just how you communicate with your colleagues. You could be the greatest talent there is, but if you don't communicate well, nobody's going to respect you.
Here's the thing about the NBA that kind of pisses me off. And you know, I understand because I've worked with people that I couldn't stand, right? But there was this guy that I worked with recently that just nobody in the little area that I worked with liked him, right? He was just freaking, he was a know-it-all. I used to say wrong shit just because I knew he was going to correct me.
He was going to be the one to
I would mess with him so bad. Well, he was the poster board for actually. I used to get into him with how to pronounce Ryu versus Ryu. Man, it was fun times. I couldn't stand.
Ryu,
I couldn't. What's that?
He knows it's Ryu.
Yeah, I always say it's Ryu.
Okay.
It's Ryu. It's
so
Ryu.
I would have to get into argument with you there.
It's Ryu. I was like, it's Ryu. Who cares? So, but I would work with him, and guess what? I came in and I did my job, regardless of whether he was being a jerk that day or not. Right?
Yes.
My job got done.
Yes. Okay.
All right? The guy that sits next to me on my team, who I directly work with, I get the job done no matter how much he talks to me about irrelevant shit during the day.
He's one of those.
Yes. That's my boy, though. He does his work. So, these NBA players getting sensitive about the personalities of the people that they play with. Like, go on that court and pass, shoot, set picks.
I think the difference is, though, they have cameras and people asking them questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, okay, if there was cameras on your office and you had to do press conferences, do you think you would be able to keep that
frustration?
Yeah.
No, hell no. Man. I would be listening. I would be worse than any of these guys.
Yes.
The shade that I would throw if they asked me the question.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, hey, but I got frustrations in FCN. I never.
You don't go to Twitter.
Actually, I don't. I have no frustrations.
You have a ghost FCN account where you create and
accidentally
air your frustration.
Yeah. No, I have no frustrations. That's interesting. I'm gonna start tweeting negative things about like
Jake
subtweets about FCN.
Hoka Tone's knuckles are always ashy. At Hoka Tone pounds concrete before he comes on camera.
I don't even know what to talk about next.
What's the next game?
The next game is the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Lakers. So I want to talk about something.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Oklahoma. Before we talk about this game, I don't even think that it's probably like Oklahoma. I mean, LA's probably playing without the two guys they traded, and they don't have Isaiah in them yet. No, so they probably are shorthanded tonight.
They're very shorthanded. Ball still hasn't played.
So, I mean, obviously they're going to lose. But, which they were going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
But.
Well, they beat them, what was it, last week or the week before?
Oklahoma?
They beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, so Oklahoma was kind of losing, and then they blew out the Wizards. I talked about this, I think it might have been the first episode of True Baller Thursday because the Wizards were playing, right? I mean, they play all the time on the televised game.
Yes, always on.
It feels to me like they're more broadcast than the Warriors.
And they have been more broadcast than the Warriors. And I think that, too, it plays in because they have the storylines built in. So you always know when they play L.A., it's got to be on TV because Paul George could go to Clippers. Right. He could go to the Lakers. Yeah. So that's built in. With New York, you have the Melo, and then with the Warriors, you have the dynamic of the Warriors and
Durant and
exactly. So they have so many storylines built in that they have to be on TV.
Okay, well, I'll accept that, but I still don't believe in this team.
I don't either. And you know what? I watched some of the game when they blew out the Warriors, and I was like, maybe they got it. And you know what? They lose the next game. Like, they so up and down. They lost to the Lakers.
I just feel like
they lost to the
Westbrook
76ers.
And Anthony is just not a recipe for success.
Well, I will say that they're coming together. They're gelling better than I thought they would. But I concur. You got too many alpha males. Paul George is kind of he's a beta.
Yeah.
But you got two alphas, and
they're alphas.
Alphas, yeah.
Definitely. But
Westbrook is an ultimate alpha.
And they are both new school alphas, so they're not going to confront each other head on. They're going to throw shade and innuendo.
I think Westbrook will come at. I think Westbrook could come bring it to your doorstep.
You think so?
I think Westbrook is not ashamed to step to somebody.
I wouldn't necessarily. No, I'm going to disagree with that because new age folks don't address each other head on. They just don't do it.
Westbrook is a round the way dude. Did
he ever address Durant head on? We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay. All right. I'll give him that.
I think it's been enough conversation from Durant's handler, his mama. There was conversations between the two of them.
Yeah.
And like Reggie said, I'm going to be very honest with you. I do not think that Westbrook held his tongue.
No.
I think he called him. I think he tried to confront him personally. I think,
Westbrook is the type to hold grudges. Westbrook is, he is always on. I don't think he held his tongue.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That being said, we still got, like you said, 2 alphas.
Yes.
1 beta. So this was interesting. I think this was last Thursday. They were on They were on the TNT game.
Thursday, Tuesday,
and
Saturday.
They lost the game. Westbrook had 20 points and 21 assists.
Yes.
And Paul George had like 40 something, 41, 43 points, something like that. And they lost.
But they desperately needed to make a move at the trade deadline. I'm shocked that they didn't. They need somebody to provide some outside.
We talked about it. They need bench support.
Yes. They desperately need scoring off the bench. Raymond Felton is 560 pounds.
He gets chubbier every year.
More round. I don't know how he is still playing. But again, they should have made a move.
I know how to dribble. I know how to shoot. I can play ball.
Do you think they make it to, let's say, the Western Conference Finals? They face the Warriors. What's the series look like?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. They are not making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Do you think right now, as they're playing right now, how far do you think they go?
They win the first round.
First round.
Which at this point, who would that be? Do we know?
Look,
I got that.
They're like what, third, fourth?
They are 5th. So it would be Minnesota.
Well, goddamn.
They might not beat Minnesota.
Well, goddamn.
I thought they were top 4. So no, they don't make it past. As of today, they do not beat Minnesota.
Well, dude.
And our man Wiggins. Oh yeah, Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets is leading that team.
Yep.
Yes.
He gave up a buckets versus
LeBron.
LeBron.
That's LeBron. Everybody gives up.
LeBron don't hit that many game winners though. That's what's interesting about that shot is they were like, oh my God, LeBron just hit a game winner. Oh my God.
I think he was shocked.
He was.
That's why he was running, trying to shake, hug everybody.
Except for Isaiah. All right, so Boston doesn't have Kyrie. John Wall is out of Wizards. Who wins tonight's game against Boston Wizards?
Celtics win.
Yeah? No.
Yeah, Celtics win.
Oh.
They've lost, I think they're now like 17-10 in their last 27. Brad Stevens is going to write this shit. Celtics win.
Okay, yeah, I got the Wizards. They're going to continue their Wallace streak. They're not hitting a wall tonight.
Not hitting the wall.
I don't think we need to discuss it. Oklahoma City is going to be the Lakers.
Oklahoma City's going to blow them out.
That's the given tonight.
That's
for the out the gym. They got 3 people playing.
Yeah. They gonna be doing circus moves.
They bringing up some D-League folks for tonight's game.
They are. They probably are. They probably are.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in and listen to us dissect, discuss, turn over the trade deadline. It was an interesting day.
It was a very interesting day. It was exciting.
It was very exciting. I am interested to see where these teams go. I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers did a lot to lock that 3rd place in the East.
Yeah.
They're solid 3. They're a solid number 3.
Firmly in there.
So, go Cleveland. I will definitely be happy for them not to make the finals this year. I will be even happier for LeBron to go somewhere else next year.
Yeah.
I think at this point, that's now a given.
That's a given.
It was now it's a given.
LeBron out of there.
Which we're all glad for.
You think LeBron sells his home? He keeps that real estate.
Nah, he keeps that. He's forever Cleveland.
His wife loves it. His wife loves being there. I think that...
Yeah, she's a local celebrity. Yeah. I mean, she could be a celebrity anywhere, but exactly.
She runs Ohio.
You think? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She could drive up to someone and look at them and go, and they would have to drive out of town.
Sundown.
All right, well, again, thank you guys for tuning in. I am J. Cole.
I'm the Reggie Mathis.
Stay tuned. We got the Thursday wind down with Starla K. Mathis is back. And this Sunday, we got Sunday edition. We got
Friday. You skipped over Friday.
Oh, Friday is the Fry movie of the week. Sunday, we got Sunday edition. It's going to be interesting. We got Speak On It with Nikila Shannon and Stacey Majors. And, of course, our regular lineup starting next Monday. We appreciate you guys tuning in.
Much love.
We'll see you. Me and Reggie will be back here next week to discuss whatever wild and craziness has happened in the NBA because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen, and we're getting ready for All-Star next.
That's right. Next week we will be discussing the catastrophe that will be the All-Star game.
Yeah. All-Star weekend.
Oh, yeah.
The debauchery.
Guys, have a good night. Peace.